Hi there. House of the Dragon Season 2 filming in Wales reached a stopping point last week, so all the actors went on summer break for 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to make a roundup video on all the bits and pieces of information that have come out the past 2 or 3 weeks, since the last leak of substance, which was those spy photos of the dragon seeds. There really wasn't much coming out since then. That I will never subject you guys to clickbait of it's just a random spy photo of someone in costume or of just generic soldiers that if there isn't information to glean from it, I'm not going to waste your time reporting on it. That would dilute my brand name. That's just trying to generate clickbait. If there aren't spy photos, I'll shift to videos about other things or analysis videos. I'm not going to do that. There is one exception. There was one spy report which was new. It's a small thing. I didn't report on it at the time because we didn't want our leak sources to get in trouble. But since then, other news sites have reported on it, like Rhaenyra Intelligence, so I might as well admit, yes, we knew about this, and it appears to be true. That I want to vet sources instead of just subjecting you to wild theories and things. The one new piece of information since the last update is that Season 2 will begin with an invented scene not in the book of Rhaenyra recovering her son Luke's corpse. That it washed up onto the shores of Shipbreaker Bay, and the idea is that she flies her dragon Syrax there, like under the dead of night or something, sneaks in, searches for him, finds his body, and brings it back to Dragonstone to properly cremate it or something. Maybe she burns it there. I don't think she does. That would give away. But Rhaenyra will be finding Luke. And it's in the first episode of Season 2. It may or may not be the cold open. I'm not really sure. This is an invention, though. It's one of those unreliable narrator moments in the books where they give 3 different versions of what happened. And I think it's okay when they play around with that sometimes the TV show goes with that all 3 are wrong and it's a different option. That the history books got it wrong. Well, fair enough. That, like, who did Rhaenyra lose her virginity to? In the 3 in-universe history books, none of them listed Criston Cole as a possibility, that he was the jilted romantic lover who never had sex with her. TV show changed that to go, well, they're all kind of wrong. It was somewhere in between the 3. For Luke, oh, and by the way, people go, oh, Vhagar ate him. You can, if you watch, you can see it chomped down on his dragon and he fell off. And you're so high up, there's no way you can survive a fall like that. He plummeted to his death just from that height. But if you look, you can see his body tumbling down through the air if you go rewatch that. In the books, 3 options are given. One is that his body was never found. The next one is that Aemond did find his body washed up on the shore and mutilated it by carving his eyes out in a fit of rage, and then presenting them to the Baratheon girls to show, oh look, he insulted me, but I got him. That seems unlikely. That the one source could say, we never found the body, the other say he publicly mutilated his corpse. Like, people would have remembered that, so it's probably not true. And the third one is Mushroom, who, he says a lot of things. He made this whole, oh, he survived the fall with amnesia and lived out the rest of his days as a crippled fisherman and had a romance with a local fishmonger's wife. And just, no, that's Mushroom being Mushroom. No one could have survived a fall like that. Just physics. And the embellishments he has with that. So there is an ambiguity. If some say his corpse was never found, others implausibly say Aemon publicly mutilated it. What they're playing around with is that Rhaenyra secretly recovered it. Is this plausible physically within the world of the books? Well, Season 2 is going to run into more questions of dragons can't teleport. There is a finite range to how far they can go in a single flight, and it's roughly, if you do this on a map, I've done this in other videos, like Dragonstone to Storm's End, King's Landing, and the Eyrie, loosely that circumference, that they can't fly to Winterfell in a straight line. It's too far. And they'll have to start contradicting Game of Thrones, which did the ridiculous thing in Season 7 where they just teleport. But if Luke's smaller, less powerful dragon could fly straight to Storm's End, yeah, Rhaenyra on her larger dragon easily could. The real question is, could she manage to sneak in like that? Well, the war hasn't really started yet. A dragon is an air unit. Like, if this was on horse, I'd call it ridiculous. But, it's an air unit. It can sweep above the clouds. And I was a little unsettled by it at first. This is kind of an invention, but I realized unreliable narrator combined with it's reasonably plausible that you could sneak somewhere in the dead of night on an air unit and do that. And we do have a spy photo of this. We had a spy photo of Emma Darcy in full costume on a beach with one of those blue screen dragon heads that was clearly Cyrax, her dragon. But it wasn't the selection of the dragon seed stuff, which was on a different beach nearby. It was as it was at night, or the dusk hours. She was all alone, and the only real plausible thing is it matched up with leaks we got from other sources. And I knew of this like 3 weeks ago, but I didn't include it in my report with the dragon seed stuff because we didn't want to get the leak sources in trouble. But like I said, Redanian intelligence already reported this 2 days ago, so now I'm confirming, yes, we know that this isn't just hearsay, that's pretty reliable, that's going to be something in the first episode of Season 2. And fair enough. For the rest of the series, I got your attention with there is one leak scene for Rhaenyra and Luke. These are short, like 5 minutes each, because I'm splitting them up. There wasn't that much new coming out of Wales. This was the only real thing of substance that we can firmly talk about since the Dragon Seeds leak. From this, I'm going to split off a video about the filming schedule and I made a map of all the places they filmed in Wales. And I'm going to say, well, we know this was a major battle, but we're not really sure what it was, and just filling in the puzzle pieces and seeing what happens, just to get us up to speed. And there was also a little bit of casting news. I'm also going to do that as a separate video. So this could have been one big 40-minute video. I'm splitting it into 4 parts just to cover each internal chapter. So please stick around, follow me after the jump. This is a multi-part report on, okay, this is everything that filming has been doing for the past 3 or so weeks.